Okay, as always, this is not medical advice. This is for educational purposes only. Always speak to your doctor, your physician, and let's get going. So, welcome, Queens. If you're here, you're one of the few women who definitely refuse to be spoon-fed outdated narratives about health and longevity, and you're being an active participant in making this part of your life better. So, we're not here to chase weight loss like it's 1999. We are here to build metabolic command, cognitive clarity, and graceful power for the next 40 years of our dang life, right? So let's get into it. My name is Alyssa. I'm an ex-big pharma person, a peptide now strategist, and a woman who really loves to read case studies, white papers, medical journals, and some women like to read Vogue. I know how to separate hype, and I like looking at data. So here's what I found just in general with research around GLP-1s, especially when microdosed. There's physiological ranges that will absolutely rewire the way you view aging, fat loss, and hormone health. I know I'm on this journey. I started also when I was getting close to 50. Here's the truth. GLP-1s are not just weight loss drugs. They're actually biointelligent peptides that act as healing pathways across nearly every organ system in the body. That includes your brain, your heart, your liver, kidneys, pancreas, your immune system, and maybe even more. We make GLP-1s naturally in our gut, our brain, and our endocrine tissues. But by the time you get to be 40 and maybe you're chronically stressed, you're sleep deprived, you're inflamed, odds are you could be GLP-1 deficient just naturally from your lifestyle. That deficiency can set off a cascade of metabolic dysfunction. We know America is, cravings, and fatigue. So this is where the conversation shifts from, is it weight loss or is this moving into wellness and sovereignty? Because here is what the research shows about microdosing GLP-1s. There's brain benefits. It reduces neuroinflammation. It improves cognitive function and clarity. It may regenerate neurons. Early data shows a promise even in Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. There's also cardiovascular benefits, reduces blood pressure, improves endothelial function, think youthful arteries, reverses heart failure in some clinical studies, improves cholesterol and even lipid profiles. We know for metabolic health, cellular benefits, it increases insulin sensitivity, lowers systemic inflammation, supports liver detox and fatty liver reversal. So there's a lot going on here in the body that's a benefit. It even supports pancreatic beta cell regeneration. So it may prevent the progression of type 2 diabetes. So even with us females, we have reduction in perimenopause weight gain, supports insulin control during hormonal shifts, and aids in appetite regulation without stimulant-based or crashing. This may relieve autoimmune symptoms. So here's the catch. It's not about cranking high doses to melt the fat off overnight. That's when women crash, they lose muscle, or they get caught in rebound cycles. This magic is really the micro. The disaster can be with the high doses, and the dose is the problem. Just like when you have thyroid or testosterone, this is a hormone, it's a strategy. You replace what you've lost, restore what's been dormant, regain clarity, glow, and control. This isn't about shrinking, it's about strengthening. I've microdosed these peptides personally, even though I was not a high BMI, and I've shared them with my family and helped women that were my friends, not just as a gimmick, but as a tool. And many of us, we feel so good and feel the benefits long before the scale even moved because it was just tiny little drops, right? Increased energy, less pain, so for some people, clear skin, stable moods. And I feel like myself again, like kind of when I got into menopause, I was getting like weird. Now I feel great. So if you're feeling ashamed, even considering this, you're not alone, but you are sovereign and you should consider some of these other benefits. And my job as the queen and guide is to show you how I did it, and you can consider it and discuss it with your doctors. You didn't come here to be small. You came here to reign.